Hi students, and now we come to the last section of IIT JEE syllabus, that is vectors and 3D. Now vectors manifest in a wide variety of ways, from displacement, velocity and acceleration to forces and fields. Whether it is the study of fluid dynamics or solid mechanics or even the in-depth analysis of electromagnetism, vectors find their place. From simple application, that is calculating work done, moment of force, to the complicated understanding of electrical engineering, vectors play a crucial role. So that makes it very necessary to study vectors. So we have divided this chapter into two lectures. The first lecture aims to make you understand the basics of vectors and their algebra. And the second lecture is about different types of vector products and their applications. So let's begin this first lecture. So before we start studying in detail about vectors, it's very important for us to know the basic difference between scalars and vectors. To understand this, let us consider this particle which is moving in a circle. Now we can clearly see that this particle is moving along the periphery of a circle or along the circumference at a constant speed, but the arrow above its head is constantly changing its direction. So we can say that the speed of this particle is constant, but its direction is changing at each and every instant. So this quantity is called as velocity. And here we clearly see that the velocity is changing its direction at each and every instant. This velocity is not constant in this case, as basically the magnitude is not changing, which is the speed, but its direction is changing. So we can say that in this case speed is constant, but velocity is changing. Similarly, let's consider this example. Let us say that a boy traverses a distance of 5 kilometers. Now this 5 kilometer distance could be in any of the directions. It could be along this line AB, it could be along this line, or it could be along this line. So when we say a boy covers a distance of 5 kilometers, then we only know its magnitude. We do not know the direction or the path that the boy has followed. If I say that the boy covers a distance of 5 kilometers along the direction AB or along the northeast direction, so we clearly see that this is the path followed by the boy. So this boy has covered a distance of 5 kilometers along the direction of AB. So this is the basic difference between scalar quantities and vector quantities. A scalar quantity does not have a direction, while a vector has a direction. Example of scalar quantities could be mass, could be speed, could be distance, could be temperature, and so on. While examples of vectors could be velocity, displacement, area, and so on. So now what are vectors? Vector is a geometric object which has a magnitude as well as direction. So we can say that vectors are quantities which have magnitude as well as direction. Now magnitude means the length of the vector in absolute or relative sense. So magnitude means the length of vector. And what is direction? Direction means the orientation or the alignment of the vector in the space we are working with. So magnitude gives us an idea of the length of the vector, and direction gives us the orientation of the vector. Now let us say that AB is a vector. Now this vector is originating from the point and it is ending or terminating at the point P. So AB represents the vector. Now the length of this vector is called as the magnitude of vector AB, and it is denoted by a modulus of AB. So this notation represents the magnitude of this vector AB, or the length of this vector AB. So A represents the originating point and B represents the terminating point. Now we must also remember that this representation of AB is not unique. Why so? This is because we can have another vector AB which is equal to AB in sense that both the vectors have the same magnitude and direction. So if we say that this is the vector AB, now it's not necessary that this vector is unique. We can have another vector which has the same magnitude and the same direction. How? Let us say that this is the vector AB. Let us say that this is the point A, this is the point B, and this is the vector AB. Let us say that this is a point A1 and this is the point B1, and this represents a vector A1, B1. Now we can have this A1, B1 parallel to AB, and we can also have the magnitude of this vector equal to the magnitude of AB. Thus these two vectors become the same because they have the same magnitude as well as they have the same direction. The only difference is they have different originating and terminating points. Similarly, we can have this a dash b dash vector, and we can have this a to b2 vector, which are equal in magnitude as well as direction to this vector ab. Thus ab is equal to a dash b dash, which is equal to a1 b1, which is equal to a2 b2. Thus we can have infinitely many vectors which are equal to the vector ab. Also we should note that this is a way of representing a vector. This is the initial point, this is the terminating point, and we put an arrow above. So this represents that the vector AB is from A to B. Now let's try to see the different types of vectors. The first type of vector is the zero vector, or it is called as the null vector. Now what it is? Any vector of zero magnitude is called as a zero vector. So if any vector has a magnitude equal to 0, then it is called as a zero vector. Now if the magnitude is equal to 0, then the initial and terminal points will be coincident because its magnitude is 0. Thus any vector which has the same initial and terminal points is called as a zero vector, or a vector which has got magnitude equal to 0 is called as a null vector or a zero vector. Now it